Tonight's top story, you and your family's safety in our community. Good evening and welcome to 630 Point of View. I'm Chris Berg. Thanks so much for joining us. I want to start tonight by sharing with you some local headlines over the past year or so. Let's see, armed robbery, gang activity, person gets pistol whipped in his apartment, 2 homicides allegedly by a guy who uses meth, person breaks in an apartment and sexually assaults women, and those are just a few of some of the local headlines right here in Fargo. And then obviously this summer it was revealed that for the first time ever, Fargo's violent crime rate is higher than the national average. And as I've said many times before on this show, this is not your grandpa's Fargo anymore. So the big question obviously is, do you and your family still feel safe in our community? And what is our newly hired police chief, David Todd, going to do to ensure you and your family's safety? So with us tonight to talk about that and much, much more, our newly and now officially hired police chief, David Todd. First and foremost, congratulations.
Thanks for having me on, Chris.
It's great to have you here. And then obviously the kind of somewhat new position, now it's official and everything. So
yes, I've been doing the job for 11 months and now I get to keep it a little bit longer so I can worry about the next steps we need to take as a department.
And you kind of took the question right out of my mouth. That was my question. Now that you have the keys to the car and it's your car to drive officially, how does that change your approach, and does it give you more of a long-term approach?
Sure.
And if so, what does that mean?
Well, as the interim chief, there's a lot you can accomplish as the interim chief, but you want to be careful that you don't cross that line of putting in longer-term type of plans and programs that are maybe 3 to 5 year decisions. And the reason being, if you don't get chosen as the chief and somebody else comes in as a new chief, they might not agree with what you did, and it puts them in the position of having to roll back those programs or undo them. So now that question's been answered and I'm the appointed chief, now we can move forward with some of the things that I'd like to accomplish for our department.
Could you name a couple of those things specifically?
I can. We're working on some restructure with our command staff right now, reassigning some responsibilities. I want to put together a 3-year strategic plan for our department that engages the community and the city commission and lets them know what we want to accomplish as a department in the next 3 years. I also think we need to have a radio plan. The radio system we have now, the end of life for that is 2018 when they stop making parts for radios, so we need to look at putting a plan together for that. We need to look at facilities for the police department. We have well over 180 people working in that building we have now, and wow, it's getting pretty cramped. Now, as a Band-Aid, they've given us the health department building across the street, and we're going to start occupying the 2nd floor there. But longer term, we need to look for some solution there for facility issues.
One of the big conversations, we had this obviously last night with a couple commissioners, Commissioner Williams and Commissioner Pepcorn, is the growth. Last night also Dan Mawley, part of the city community development, said, hey, the next 5 years we're going to be adding 15,000 new people to our community.
Yes.
What do you do in this 3-year strategic plan you're talking about? How do you ensure, hey, we can take the new population, but again, most importantly, keep this community safe? How do you go about finding that balance?
That's a great question, Chris. As for the 2016 budget, I had to put together a plan for the next 10 years for personnel and the equipment that accompanies that personnel. And that's the first time we've ever been asked to do that as a police department. So we were given the figures through planning of a plan on about a 3,500 population increase every year. And what would you need as a police department to keep up with that population increase? And so to keep that at right now, we're about 1.29 officers per 1,000 population, which is a little on the low side. In the upper Midwest, I think it's usually around 1.5. And so just to keep up with that 1.29 or 1.3, we have to add 5 officers every year if the city's going to continue to grow at 3,500 people per year.
And frankly, and you know me, I'm a conservative guy. I don't love to spend a lot of taxpayer money, but from what I hear, people would be like, hey, you need 10 more people every year? We're going to give them to you.
We're all taxpayers too, so we want to use the taxpayers' money wisely. And we're not going to ask for what we don't need, but just to keep up with where we're at, that's what we would need. That's the
balance, again, of the safety part, because people do feel, I think, even though maybe the stats aren't up as dramatically as maybe people feel, it's how they feel, which gets me to this. You look at the growth, a big part of growth, especially right now in our community, is there's what I notice, a lot more diversity in our community, which I think is a very, very good thing. Part of that, though, is obviously with the new Americans and the refugees coming over. We just found out, hey, we're #1 in the nation as far as refugees being resettled per capita. I don't know how many people address this with you, but I get this question a lot, is why doesn't the Fargo Police Department sort of break down crime rates based on refugee status? Have you ever considered looking at that and going, okay, you know what, let's do this?
Well, you know, that was a question I actually asked today of one of our lieutenants. Does our records management system allow us to break down by race? And it doesn't currently, not that we're aware of. And then it certainly doesn't really allow us to break down by refugee status. But some of the things that we're doing as a department to meet that challenge, we have a cultural liaison officer. That's her full-time position to engage those different communities, engage the refugees as they come in. She actually teaches classes on what's appropriate behavior within the United States, what the laws are, what the driving laws are, the fact that you have to have a driver's license and liability insurance, what's appropriate child care, what's appropriate discipline, domestic situations, how do you handle arguments at home, and what's the appropriate behavior. So we teach those classes, and then just recently, this week, we started 2 new officers in a grant position that we received this year, which I call our community trust officers. And they are specifically designed to reach out and engage our community through projects, programs, presentations, the youth of our community, perhaps the disenfranchised of our community, the underserved of our community, the refugee communities. So we have just started those positions this week, and we're kind of getting those kicked off.
So as you look at, obviously, again, the growth, are you open to the idea of changing your filing system to accommodate breakdown by refugee status, ethnicity, things of that nature? Or?
Well, it's I don't know if we have the ability to do that. It's an off-the-shelf product.
Oh, so it's like a code that you have, and you'd have to have someone come in and custom code it or something?
Yeah, they would have to program it to do that. And so I don't know if we have the ability to do that or not. It's certainly something we can ask about.
I got to ask you about this, because it's been kind of the big talk of the week, is this whole situation in South Carolina. I don't want to create a parallel analogy here, but about a year ago now, there was a somewhat similar situation at Fargo South. A gentleman wasn't abiding by the dress code. School resource officer there ended up taking this young man to the ground. I want to play for our audience. I know you've seen this, but play for our audience the video of what happened in South Carolina, and then give you a chance to comment on it.
So what? I treat you fair last year, right? You don't know me? Okay, you gonna come with me, or am I gonna make you? Come on, I'm gonna get you up.
So there you can see, obviously, this police officer taking this young girl down. Now it has been stated that she did try to swing at the police officer. It was announced today, sir, that he has since been fired. And I know you don't have all the details, but from what you've seen there, was it appropriate to fire this police officer?
Well, and that's really what I wouldn't comment on, because I don't have all the details. I don't know what led up to this. I've seen the other angle of the footage where it shows her striking the officer a couple of times in the face. But when we compare this to the Fargo South incident, I mean, they really are two different things. Where we were able to tell the community this is what led up to this event and why the officer and the student got into that confrontation. What I think is important here is how the department reacts to it. And what I like about how the department reacted to this situation is that the sheriff, who was on his way to a convention or conference, recognized the importance of addressing this with his community, and turned around, came right back and addressed it with the community and told the community how he felt about what he saw on the video. Now, obviously, he's armed with a lot more facts of that situation than I am, and apparently has taken some action today to fire that officer. I always am careful when we have those situations. Let's take the time to gather those facts. Let's read the reports. Let's interview the officer. Let's make sure we give the officer as much due process as we would anybody else, to make sure that we have all the facts before we take some action that might result in their termination. But I do like the fact that the sheriff recognized the importance of coming back and addressing it with the community.
When you see that video. First and foremost, again, congratulations.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. I do want to make One note about the situation in South Carolina, the police chief, and this is what he said in a Reuters piece. He said, look, the sheriff said a teacher and administrator who witnessed the encounter, and I was kind of stunned by this, but they witnessed the encounter, they felt the officer had acted appropriately. So for what that's worth, I think it's kind of an interesting note that I don't think a lot of people are reporting on. Again, Fargo Police Chief, official now, David Todd. Thank you very much,
Thanks
sir.
for having me on.
Budget deal actually went through later today. Went through the House. Earlier today, we spoke to our D.C. correspondent because one of the big things in this budget is crop insurance being decreased by $3 billion. Farmers and obviously crop insurance companies are not happy about that. That's later in the show. But coming up next is our Bison breakdown. Bison taking on Southern Illinois. Our very own Beth Poole is going to join us right after this.